All right, we're here with Rod Bramblett, voice of the Auburn Tigers. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Absolutely.
And just tell me, first of all, I think one of the big glaring things from last season that we all think about right now is the defense. And obviously with Coach Muschamp here, everyone's talking about this big turnaround. Do you believe it?
You know, I'm anxious to see. I think there will be definite improvement with the Auburn defense. I really do. You just look at Coach Muschamp's track record and what he's done in his career. I just don't see how. Hey, Jeremy.
Good job.
A nice bow tie. We're talking defense, so you may want to move on.
All right.
That's surprising.
That's okay, whatever. It's cool. So since Jeremy just came along, we should have just talked about the offense, right? But a lot of people are pecking him as a early preseason favorite. He hasn't even played a whole season yet. What is the big deal about this guy?
You know, I think he has all the tools. You know, there are a lot of expectations that have been placed on Jeremy Johnson for a kid who he's taken significant snaps, but he hasn't been the guy. Mentally, I think he's mature enough. He's been in the system for 3 years, and I think that's a big, big advantage. You know, I think he has the potential to have one of those all-time years. But in this league, you also have the potential to, you know, you hit some bumps in the road, there'll be adversity you have to overcome. I think the key for Jeremy this season will be how he handles those bumps in the road.
And obviously everyone's been talking about how he's a throwing guy, but he's saying that he can run too. And I actually asked him if he was sick of getting asked, like, can you actually run the ball? But I think Coach Malzahn was saying he runs like a 4.6 40. This guy obviously has some speed too.
Right, and you know, I think he's going to be more along the lines of a Cam Newton style runner. And you know, I hate to even compare anyone to a Cam Newton, but certainly not a Nick Marshall kind of slippery, elusive. But Jeremy is a good runner, and he has some speed, and he's got a little more power to him. And I think another key for Jeremy, we know he can throw the football. We've seen that. How does he handle that read option? How does he handle reading the defense and deciding when it's best for him to keep it and run? But, you know, I think Auburn fans will just, you know, they'll have to get accustomed to more of a power-type runner in their quarterback than the elusive Nick Marshall.
And I mean, it's kind of a new duo this year. We had Nick and Reese for the past couple of years. Now we have Austin Golson with Jeremy. Is there a difference in comfort level, do you think, for Jeremy now that Reese is gone?
You know, I think there'll be a learning curve. I think there will always be that. I mean, you change out centers, and that's basically like changing out a quarterback. And the fact that I think that Jeremy and Austin, they've had some time to work together. I don't think it will be a huge learning curve, but I think there will be some little bit of a learning curve there in terms of getting comfortable with each other in the heat of a moment, game on the line, that type of thing. But you know, you cure that by repetitions. I mean, you just do it over and over, and I think they'll be fine.
All right, back to the defense for a second. Jonathan Jones was telling me, you know, guys like Cass and Chris Frost coming back, that Muschamp was a kind of a big part of that. So this guy really has a lot of impact on players on the team. Yeah,
you know, he just brings so much energy, brings a ton of energy. I think the kids just feed off of that. I think there's been a real connection between what Will Muschamp wants to do, how he wants to do it, and these kids. These kids are smart. They know his track record. They know what he's done in the past with top 10 national type defenses. And I think they're just really excited. These guys wanted to come back and be a part of something special on defense. And let's face it, you know, hopefully they'll make a big improvement defensively. But let's face it, with Gus Malzahn's offense and what it's been able to do here in year one, if it's a little bit of an improvement, it can make a world of difference in wins and losses.
All right, now Coach Malzahn in his time here as head coach and also as offensive coordinator, I don't want to say inconsistency, but in terms of record, there's been some pretty bad losing seasons and then obviously a national championship season. How do you think he defines success for this team and this program?
You know, I think success is playing for championships. I think that's the ultimate goal every single year, to get better week in and week out and compete for a championship. I mean, I think that's bottom line. That's what he wants to do. You know, I look back at the 2013 team, and the thing that stood out to me is that they really and truly got better every single week that they played. I don't think they could say that last year for whatever reason. I think that's Gus Malzahn's goal. He is so routine oriented, and he's such a routine guy that you know, he looks for that routine to the team to build upon that routine, getting better and better every week. And a lot of that goes back to leadership. And yeah, you got to have talent, but a lot of that goes back to leadership, and I think he feels good about the leadership on this team.
All right, excellent. Rod Bramblett here, voice of the Auburn Tigers. You can hear him every Saturday during the season.